Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. And if you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you stay a while. Hopping straight into it. As always, I've prepped my nail beds with my peel off base coat, and that is the E-Nail Couture one. It's the only one I've ever used and it works beautifully. Next, I'm going in with my base coat over top of that, just to protect the natural nails. Gotta get that thumb too. Cure that for 60 seconds, and I will be using the modified après method to put my tips on. I'm just using this Gershon polygel to basically flatten that out over the entire nail bed, and then I'm going to press my nail tip onto that, and we're just gonna give it a good press just to make sure there are no bubbles. And when it comes to putting on nail tips with polygel, I find this to be the easiest way, just to eliminate that overspill over the tip that can tend to happen. That when you try to take the nails off, they'll like hang on to the tip, the part that's like overlapping your natural nail. It makes them harder to take off. So this just eliminates most of the mess. But you see here, sometimes you still have to do a little bit of cleanup. But I just find this to be a less messy way. But I mean, you can put it into the tip if you want to, but then you run into like, are you measuring it correctly? And yada. Anyway, I'm curing those one at a time, and then I'm gonna throw my hand into my big lamp for 60 seconds. Had to do a practice nail just to see how this turned out, but I am using Dynamic Nail Supply. This is Forest Green, and it is such a gorgeous color. It's deep green, but then it's got some lighter green in there. It's got some sort of bluish green. It's like when you hit the light in certain ways, it's so dimensional, so gorgeous. So yes, I don't know why I decided to put this over full cover nail tips. I just really wanted stiletto clear nails, and I don't know. This is just the way I chose to do it. But if you were to actually build it up onto not a full tip, but you know, like regular tips, you probably could get more of an opaque coverage, because this way, when I held them up to the light, you could kind of see through it, but you see here, you can't really tell. But yes, that's just because I put it onto a nail that was already built. But yes, I'm just applying this to 4 of the fingers here, and as you can see, such gorgeous application. The brush I'm using is a number 12 Pana brush. I just got this off of Amazon. Wasn't expensive at all. I think it was like $20 something maybe, and I've had this brush for quite a while. It's held up very nicely, but as always, you want to use brush cleaner and make sure you shape it after you're done using it and all of that. But your brushes should last quite a while. You don't have to go out and buy like $40-50 brushes in order to get quality. But yes, I'm just going in and applying my beads as I need to. You don't be afraid to go back in if you need to. Like, I know we feel pressured to do the one bead method, but doesn't always work out that way. You know, sometimes you just gotta kind of go in inch by inch, or I guess millimeter by millimeter, and just, you know, get it shaped to how you like it. The way I like to do it is I'll apply a bead just below the cuticle, and then I will flush that down as much as I can, and then I will apply at the cuticle, pushing that up as close as possible, and then I will apply to the tip. But yes, let's be the final finger for this, and we apply that tip bead. And if you find that your acrylic is sticking to the brush, just make sure you wipe your brush off, and you can go back in. And wiping the brush off is essentially, you know, dispersing the monomer out of your brush, so you can kind of make that acrylic a lot stiffer so it's not as runny. So yeah, but almost done with this. All right, and then I'm going in with this SoCal Nails acrylic in pure black, and we're going to apply that to the pointer finger. And yes, you got to be really careful with black, because it has a habit of wanting to stain, so you really have to make sure you're keeping your brush clean so you don't contaminate your monomer, and also you don't want to get this running into your cuticles. But as you can see, this is actually quite a stiff acrylic. Like, it's not really, I didn't have to you know, do a whole lot with keeping this from running or anything. It was pretty good. But yeah, then we're gonna go in with a hand file and just straighten up our sidewalls and just buff them as smooth as we can get them. The application was pretty even, so there's not a ton of filing that needs to be done. Of course, I needed to add a little something extra, and these were probably some of the first nail art that I ever bought, and the colorway had me thinking I never knew what I was gonna do with these, but I thought this color went perfectly with the green, so that's what we went in. And ignore those two middle nails. I was trying something with the foil and it just did not work out, so that will not be part of the finished product. So I just completely skipped that part of the video, so ignore those. But I'm just going in with my my Crazy Top, my clear gel overlay, and we're just using that to make sure our stone is nice and fastened to our nail. And then we have our finished result here, guys. I didn't film, but I just basically just threw a couple of emerald stones onto those middle nails there, but you can see what I was talking about the dimension. Like, they're sort of like blue in some angles, but then it's like very sparkly green. It's just, and I guess if you wanted to put this over like a black gel or something, you could get it to look even deeper, but I love this acrylic so much. I want to go back and get the other green shades, but it's crazy. After I did my dynamic nail supply haul, I went back on her site and that shade was sold out. So yeah, I'm not going to take credit for that. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just a quick little one just to basically show you what this acrylic looks like in action. So yeah, give me a like and a comment down below. And until next time, bye!